welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a good weekend, or at least a good Saturday night, with part of the weekend still to go. Would like to welcome in Mr. Smiley Face, and understand he is on the.
Carnival Breeze.
I got another ship's name stuck in my head for some reason.
You're supposed to be on the ship, then. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, we've got one coming up that is going to be a 31 dayer here in April. But yeah. So which ports are you going to be stopping at this time?
We're doing Costa Maya and Cozumel, and then I'm staying on for the 4-day, which is going straight to Cozumel.
Okay, cool. You said Costa Maya. I think we were there here just recently.
Absolutely love Costa Maya.
Yeah, it was a nice little place.
What do you do there?
What kind of talking about excursions? Yeah. What kind of excursions do you do there, or do you? May froze up. Okay.
Oh, looks like he's frozen.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, we're hoping to. We've got a 31-day cruise coming up. Hopefully, he'll be able to reconnect and get back in. But
yeah, we went to Costa Maya last month, and we just kind of walked around port. Didn't really do a whole lot. And, it was our first time there, so didn't really know what all to do. So, next time we go, maybe we'll have a little bit better idea because we'll be back there in July. So
yeah.
The evening cruise nuts clock. How's it going? Welcome in. Hey, it's Jennifer.
Yeah. Hey, Jennifer. How's everybody doing?
Oh, and Mike, sorry you're not feeling good. Same thing. I'm on second round of antibiotics since we got off the ship. So I completely understand. She said it was just upper respiratory, and apparently what I was on was the wrong antibiotic. So she's got me taking a different one. And, cough syrup. My cough syrup was expired. My nebulizer medication was expired. So I decided it was time to go ahead and go and try to get some new medication, I guess. And so she gave me these little pills for coughing. I don't, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Looks like a vitamin E capsule. So I've been on those for about 4 days. So hopefully you'll feel better soon and knock it out, whatever's going on with you.
And what do they call it? The cruise crud, or?
Yeah, but I've heard it referred to as that. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Yeah.
We weren't around a whole lot of people the whole time, so I kind of tend to stay away from the crowds when I am on the ship. So hopefully it'll go on pretty soon.
Yeah. You were talking about Costa Maya. Which one was? I remember Cozumel because that's where we got the tequila. And then
Cozumel, we went to Mr. Sancho's.
Yeah.
And then Costa Maya is where we just walked around the port and saw the flamingos
and all that stuff.
Yeah. That was kind of cool. And then where was the other one? Roatan. Yeah, that's right. I went and held sloth, and maybe that's what got me sick. Something crawled off of them onto me.
Could be.
I'm not sure, Mike. I just know it looks like a vitamin E cream or vitamin E capsule, so a little bit smaller than. She rattled off the name of it. It's on the other side of the living room, so a purse sitting here next to me, but it's not in there. So, excuse me.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, you'll be a whole lot better by the time we get ready to go on the 31 day. I do have.
Well, that's still a couple months out. So
yeah, well,
I have a business trip Monday. I'm more worried about the business trip. So.
Well, that's kind of what I was wondering about, is if you're going to get exposed to anything while on the trip.
Oh. I'm sure, because there's going to be people from all over the country. I know at least some, from the country. I know the folks from Louisiana will be there, and then Texas and California for sure. And there's 4 of us traveling down from here. So Give me a pretty good little turnout. I think I printed off 6 pages of names of people that would be there, but haven't had a minute to look and see where all they're coming from. So, but it looks like we lost Anthony. He might be already back at the bar having a good time now. I don't know, but yeah, he's on the breeze. We've been on the breeze before. It was actually been on it twice. It was a nice little ship.
Yeah.
It's been 1917. I think it was 2017 last time we were on the breeze. Because we were on the Magic and then we went on the breeze twice. And it was a nice little ship. I enjoyed it. It was comfortable. It was
Is that the one
easy to find around.
Was that the 10-day?
No, that was I don't remember what that one was. Sunshine, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm sure I got a list around here. It shows where we went and when.
Well,
I have a little running log keeping up with all the cruises and the information just in case. Because when I donate blood, they like to know if you've been anywhere. I can, I've been here. And they're just like, how do you go to all these places? Well, we have found cruising and we absolutely love it.
Yeah. And it's addicting.
A little bit.
Yeah, I get asked at work a couple of times a day about, well, I think he might be back. Welcome back. Did you get reconnected, eh?
Yeah, you know how it is on the ship. Sometimes you hit a wave and all of a sudden it knocks the Wi-Fi router out.
Right.
Oh no. Weather that bad?
It's not. It's definitely cold on the ship today. In the dining room in the MDR in the Sapphire dining room, they actually sat us right by the windows, and I went and bought the Carnival sweatshirt hoodie.
Wow.
At $75. I was cold, so I had to buy one.
Well, some of the questions that I didn't get a chance to ask last week, but you work with the port, correct?
That is correct. I'm a guest port services agent.
Okay. And how does that work as far as Lisa was saying that she thought that you got to get on the ship and stuff like that if they had rooms available, or does that?
We do. We actually have the same benefits as ship side crew members. We're considered port side crew members. We get 2 free cruises a year. It's one short one long one.
Okay.
And it is space available. So even if you get approved for it, you go to the terminal with all your bags and you cross your fingers and hope there's a cabin that comes available.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah.
So how long have you been doing this as far as port side?
Been doing this for 3 years now, and next month we'll be submitting all my applications for ship side.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was at work last week, so I was only hearing bits and pieces of what was going on. So what got you interested in working port side?
Say again?
It's what got you interested in working on port side? Is it just the love of cruising?
No, a friend of mine who knows my background in radio and music said, hey, we could use somebody like you at the terminal. And I was like, all right, well, I'll do it. Been there ever since. And then started cruising, fell in love with the cruising. And the rest is history. And hopefully next month we'll be writing another page.
Nice.
Cool.
Wish you luck on that. How many cruises have you been on now?
7 or 8.
Okay.
And I've got 14 on the books, which will disappear if I head to Miami.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there a particular ship that you're hoping to get on if selected?
Well, of course, any of them that leave out of Galveston, that would be optimal because, well, that's where I live. So.
Oh, okay. Now, are you originally from Galveston or?
No, I'm originally from San Antonio.
Okay, nice. Beautiful city.
It is. It's gotten a little wild lately in the last, because I've been in Galveston for 5 years, and 2 years before that I was in Houston. So for about 7 or 8 years, I haven't been back home.
Oh
Oh.
wow.
Well, it's just as nice. I was there November, did a business trip and stayed down there on the
Riverwalk.
right off the Riverwalk, and we walked that and went down to Dirty Nellie's one night, and
Great
it was,
place.
we skipped the evening, not really a banquet, but the dinner there, and walked down to a little restaurant, had dinner, and then came back to Dirty Nellie's, and then just enjoyed because it's the Christmas lights and stuff were out, so it was really pretty.
Oh
Been a
yeah,
long time since San Antonio.
everybody travels down to San Antonio. Thanksgiving, the evening of Thanksgiving is when they actually light the lights on the Riverwalk. Attracts a really huge crowd. Hundreds and hundreds of people go down there, and some people just travel down there just for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been. I think the last time I was down there was for that seminar.
Yeah, so that's been last time it snowed in San Antonio. That's when we were there.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know if that was the last time.
Well, like really snow or just like a light dusting?
well, it was their first one in quite a while. So it's been about 7 years or so.
Okay.
But it was their first one. I don't think it got too bad. I mean, considering where we're at, it was just a dusting.
Yeah.
It might have been considered a lot for there, but yeah.
Well, I know that I remember that it really, really like super bad snowed in February of '84. And then a few years back is when it like snowed again and it stuck to the ground. And people were losing their minds and snowmageddon, and it was like literally like not even a half inch of snow.
Well, snow's a great thing, but we've had enough. I was just driving towards the office this morning, and we have probably if you were to reach around and connect your fingertips and make a circle, there was a giant icicle hanging off the bridge back here that's been there for about 4 days. It's gotten up to 40 degrees. I sure miss the Cozumel weather, so
That's for sure.
Everybody on the ship today is missing Cozumel weather right now. When we got on the ship today, it was, I want to say, 36 degrees.
wow.
So
Wow.
it was pretty cold. Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of people outside smoking, that's for sure.
I bet. Sail away was pretty quick.
Inside.
Oh, inside, yeah.
It was inside in the atrium, and oddly enough, I thought Lawrence was actually going to be on this cruise, but Crystal is actually taking over cruise director duties.
Oh, okay.
She's good. I love her. She's amazing. She's fun. She's very outgoing. So if anybody was to take over for Lawrence or fill in and cover for him, Crystal's a good choice.
Oh, good.
Cool.
I don't know that we've had her yet,
Yeah.
so it's been a minute since we've been on before the Jubilee. So
She's the one that is usually like right next to Lawrence everywhere he goes.
okay.
On the booties anyway. Because I know Lawrence is on, I want to say the Panorama. I think he's on the Panorama. And I don't know when he was supposed to get off. I don't know how well my microphone was going. Could you hear all of the toy pieces, game pieces sliding across the table and being tossed around?
Just a little bit.
A little.
Not real loud.
Yeah, I had already started setting up. I was set up, and then a mother and her young child came in, and they were just like, okay, whatever. And it's funny because a young boy came in and he actually stopped at the door and he caught my eye and he was like, motioning, can I come in? And I was like, oh yeah, come in. And he lifted up the chair real quietly, slid it back, just very, mindful of what was going on around him. And then,
Uh-oh.
That does not look good.
well, I don't know where I'm under. I'm actually in the library on the Carnival Breeze, which is on deck 4, just past Pixels. So if you're going Heck, I don't even know where I'm at on the ship right now. I think if you're going towards the rear towards the aft of the ship, and you come up from the atrium and you hit deck 4, well, there's Pixels. You have the theater on one end. If you head to the opposite end, to the left of Pixels, you keep walking, and there's a library here. Let me see if I can give you a little shoot around here with my new toy. Okay, so it's opposite, like when you're driving a trailer. Okay. Got a nice little, bar top there, and I think sometimes they have a bar there. They have games, books, a lot of books, a lot of games, which that little boy was actually. Oh, hold on, I'm not even. How can I reverse the camera on this? I don't know. I don't know if you can actually reverse the camera on this while you're doing this. I don't know. I'm still learning these things.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to. I don't even know how to make this thing bigger. You guys are like this big right now, but I'll show you. Let's see here. So if I turn it this way, you'll see the bar behind me.
Okay.
Nice little bar, and then as I take a little loop around, there's the bookcases with books, games. They got a bunch of comfortable chairs, as you can see there. Nice comfortable chairs, a couple of tables. That's where the mom and the kid were sitting, which are literally a foot and a half away from me. Outside in the hallway, they have like comfortable chairs. They've got a nice little sitting area that you can just kind of chill out and hang out at. They've got tables out there. People were playing dominoes out there earlier. It's a nice quiet area. Most people don't know that there's a library here on the Breeze.
I don't think we did the first time.
Yeah, I was just looking. We were on the Breeze in 2017 and 2018, so I'm sure. I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember we enjoyed it. It was a nice ship, and it was, I guess, fairly new at the time. It wasn't brand new, obviously, but it was fairly new at the time. So we actually did go into the library on the Luminosa when we were on it last year, and it's tiny, and there might have been 10 books in there and I think 2 games, and that was it. And I thought, wow, is this what all the libraries look like? I haven't really been in them before, so it's nice to see that one's stocked. And the people that were on that trip, they were saying, well, when you finish reading your book, just donate it to the library so there's something in there.
Yeah, and I could see where people would do that. I don't know. Oh, hello. Oh, there we go. How about that? I just flipped the camera. Hey,
There you
okay.
go.
I'm
Nice
still
shot of the
learning. Yeah, I got a new gimbal, and it came in like 2 days before. It came in like 3 days ago. So I'm still. Hey, look at that, Warmstrong. I know he's on a Royal Caribbean ship right now, I believe. He's out at sea as well.
Yesterday also.
I think, is it? Yep, I think it's actually sharing to my YouTube already. Cool. Didn't know still learning how to do all of that stuff and, send it somewhere else and do all those things. But yeah, good to see Mr. Armstrong over there.
Yeah.
I can't really see it because, I've got them back.
He's joining us while on his cruise there. I was just looking.
Supporting
today. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
so he was in port, and then former boss, she's retired, and they had a girls trip, and they were in St. Martin today, and I'm just like, oh, I'd love to be back there instead of 13 degrees here.
I'm not much farther warmer than that. Not much warmer than that here. And like I said, I was so cold that I literally went and bought the Carnival hoodie sweatshirt, and yeah, it wasn't cheap, but I'm cold.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll be enough.
Here's a little cruise hack for all your viewers. Bring gum. They don't sell it on the ship. Any ship. So if you like to chew gum, bring gum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not much of a gum chewer, but
yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, my biggest thing when we were on the Luminosa. It was like, oh my God, I forgot my magnets. We have those that they're the small silver and then have the
Right.
hook on them. And we kept
Yes.
people kept, getting caught on the hooks. And so we've figured out that once we get our sign on the door, you can take those hooks off and then just slide
Yes.
them around. When you get ready to take them off, screw the hook back in, you can pop it off the door. But I panicked a little bit when we got there and we didn't have that. So we there's a few things we have to have every time, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
I just got some magnets on Amazon. They're about, I don't know, about like $half size, and they come 5 sets. So it's 10 magnets, and they stick to each other. They're kind of like octagonal, and they're the perfect size to just snap them on the bottom of the shower curtain.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
you don't try to get killed by your shower curtain in the shower.
Right. Yeah. Well, we use the ones that she got, the little hooks. If we have something that's wet, we wash something, or some of the ships that have laundromats, you go to dry something and it comes out and it's not quite dry. So we hang them up. We get the little hooks and stick them to the ceiling.
Well, stick them.
Well, I get them. And then just get hangers and start hanging things up so they can dry out.
I never would have thought about it. And they actually hold a lot better because you're pulling straight down on them. If you stick them to the wall and try to hang something that's on them, they just fall.
Yeah.
Because the force has to be, perpendicular to the hook. I learned that by mistake a couple of cruises ago. But yeah, that's a good idea. You could even tie a little string to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have noticed too, though, but I guess some of the ships, the ceilings are made out of they're made out of different metals or whatever. Because there's been some that you could stick to the ceiling, but the slightest pull, they'd come loose. Other ships you could stick up there and you had to you could almost hang from it before it would come loose.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just.
He'd hang his BCD up there wet. We throw some towels under it and hang it up there, and it's probably
It's
10,
at least,
15 pounds when it's wet.
Yeah, when it's wet, that's a good 10 or 15 pounds. We'd get one of those,
Wow.
find one of those metal strips that go across the ceiling, and the magnets really stick to that. And I could like she said, I could hang some of my diving gear from it, and it would hold it with no problem.
That's impressive. That's a pretty strong magnet. People were everybody's added me to the hub chat now. Apparently, I keep getting notifications that hey, destination fun, welcome.
Welcome.
Keep getting notifications that people are adding me to the hub chat, accept or reject. I guess one of the things that a lot of people are starting to realize that I do live question and answers in the cruise groups.
Yeah.
And so getting on the ship today, everybody was coming up to me, and it's usually the first day or two is like, I really don't have a lot of time to myself, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And they're coming up and they're like, hey, I really enjoyed, the information that you had. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That's why I do it. So that way everybody kind of gets actual information instead of, going to the internets and Facebook and possibly getting wrong information and not getting on the ship. Like there was one individual today, their spouse is not from the United States, and she thought that they would be able to get him on with just his birth certificate. And a lot of people know that unless the whole birth certificate thing only applies to people that are United States citizens. They're the only ones that can travel with a birth certificate and a government ID. Everybody else has to have a passport. And I don't know when the last time was she cruised, but ever since I've been working with Carnival, if you are not an American citizen, you absolutely need a passport. So it's nice when people come up and say that it makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, we keep hearing you have to have either a passport or a birth certificate, but I don't think I've ever heard them specify that as long as you're a U.S. citizen, the birth certificate would work. So
yes, and Usually what I do is I refer people to the website. I usually send them a link with the documentation link for Carnival on the website. And it specifically has sections in there for U.S. citizens, non-U.S. citizens, permanent residents, literally every situation you can imagine, the answers are right there.
Yeah. I know we were looking for some stuff for the Australian cruise last year, and I wasn't sure where to go to on that because I wasn't finding anything on the U.S. side. And then once I got to the Australian side, I couldn't get back to the U.S. side of Carnival. Every time I would log in, it would automatically take me to the Australian website, and I'm just like, let me back.
Yeah, that's
And
one of
then
those things. You go to when you try to just type a subject into the website, it will pull up the AU extension. And I have to remind you that if you're searching for something on the website, it pulls up, or on Google, and it pulls up an AU extension, that's for Australia. It's not for the US. And some of the things are different on that website.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That jerk bit my lip for the second time today. I'm so mad at myself.
oh no.
Oh no.
Good thing about gum, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm chewing. Dude, that'll teach me to chew gum on a cruise ship. Yeah.
it's all right. Well, I guess we just did our 12th, and I still feel like there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about what's going on, and pretty much I make sure I have my documents and stuff, that the boarding pass and passport, and hope for the best.
Well, and it's interesting because every time I get on a cruise ship, or I get onto a cruise, and we've done Q&As for that cruise group, there are always people that, for one reason or another, either missed a Q&A or didn't believe anything that was said in the Q&A is true, and then they end up not being able to board. Today it was a couple of people that had warrants.
Oops.
And before, I think last year, a year before, Homeland Security and Customs and Border Protection would not check the manifest until after the ship left port. Well, in 2023, that changed. So now they check the manifest before the ship leaves port, because they would rather not have anybody on the ship who maybe possibly isn't really the best situation for passengers. So yeah, I tell people all the time, if you have a warrant or if you've done something in the past, go to your local Department of Public Safety and ask them, do I have a warrant? And take care of it, because even if you make it onto the ship before they've completed their check of the manifest, they'll come get you. You can be like eating a guy's burger, and if they find you, they're going to put you in handcuffs, and they're going to take you to the ship. They won't let you finish your burger either.
Oh,
No.
that's the worst part.
Really. So yeah, everybody does. Even I do. When I'm doing some research on the website or talking to other people that work for Carnival, I learn a lot of new things every time that I do. And I think that a lot of people that cruise, especially on this cruise, they've told me earlier today, there's a bunch of them, they're not new to cruising. They're platinums and diamonds, and they're like, we thought we knew it all, and we don't. You gave us some great information that we didn't know about. And I'm like, well, that's, as long as you're learning, then I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't see how it'd be possible to know everything about cruising, but I mean, we're constantly looking at websites and stuff like that. And we usually join the Facebook pages and stuff for that particular cruise, because a lot of times people will ask questions, and sometimes we'll come across a question that we didn't think about, which will cause us to go look up the answer. It's like with the visas and stuff. We weren't aware that you had to have a visa in order to get into Australia. I mean, we figured, okay, well, we're just going in there for the day to get on the ship. And somebody happened to mention that, and that which caused us to start doing some research. And sure enough, unfortunately, we found the answer before it was too late. And we were able to
And
use it.
that's one of the things that I try to stress to people in the live Q&A sessions that I do is sometimes we get to the so involved with, oh, these people have been before. Hey there, Uncle Dave.
Hey, Uncle Dave,
Hey,
welcome in.
I love it when people pop in. It's amazing. I love it. It's absolutely cool. And I tell them, hey, do a little bit of due diligence. If I don't know very many people who have read their confirmation email and realize that their cruise contract is at the bottom of that confirmation email. And a lot of people don't know that. And, they're like, oh, well, I had to cancel this, that, one, or the other. And I'm like, that's in the cruise contract at the bottom of your confirmation email. Did you not read it? And they're like, no, I didn't know it was there. Okay.
saw the confirmation and they were happy.
Yeah, they're like, woo, I'm going on a cruise. Just like, so when I do my Q&As, one of the things that I do is I always turn the camera around and I walk people through the website. And it's super duper easy. If you open it on your computer and you hover your mouse over the little magnifying glass on the right-hand side, it has a drop-down menu, a box that opens up with 12 of the most popular searches on the website, which is documentation, cheers package, Wi-Fi, all the things that people ask about is right there. Typically, all the things that people literally 15 times a day in the groups, they ask the same question over and over and over again. And that answer is right there at the website. And it's factual information from the company that owns the cruise line that you're getting ready to take a cruise on.
Right.
And I don't understand why people go with answers on the internet and Facebook in these groups when the wrong answer could keep you from getting on your cruise, which is that's why I do what I do. One of the reasons, making sure everybody gets on.
It's really sad to see people, truly don't know and they're asking for advice, and then to have people get on there and intentionally give them the wrong information or just be smart alecks. And I just hate to see that.
That was asked 2 weeks ago. Do a search and you'll find the answer. Why can't you just give them the answer?
Yeah. And I've told a couple of, just message me.
Oh yeah. And usually what I do is I'll give them the answer and I'll include the link for them to go and look for themselves to verify that the answer I gave them was correct.
Right.
And that's my little way of trying to say, hey, you know what? I get it. You don't know the answer. Here's the answer. But now I'm going to show you where you can go find that answer and other answers to questions you may have.
Well, I mean, our first cruise was in 2015. Didn't have a clue. I thought I looked all over the website and I still didn't know. And, like I said, we hit platinum last year and there's things that I still don't feel comfortable in. And, if somebody asks and I don't know the answer, I'm not going to get on there and, be a smart aleck about something and just intentionally turn them the wrong way. It's just, I just don't understand why people do that. They're there, they're asking, hey, can I get some advice? And
well, I think people sometimes forget that we were all blue cards at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
We were all green. We didn't know anything about cruising. We were all nervous and apprehensive and a little scared to be going on this humongous ship and not know anything about it, never having done it before. There were a lot of really nice people that helped me my first cruise before, during, and after my cruise, which was amazing. And I've always been one of those people, my dad raised me to, if you can help somebody, then help somebody. There's no reason to be a jerk. If you have information that people need, just give it to them. There's no reason to, do anything other than that. And I think a lot of it is the society that we have developed into, where immediate access to information has kind of made us a little lazy. I mean, I'm looking at these books up there and I'm like, wow, those are encyclopedias. I remember when you needed information, you had to go open a book. And now you don't. You open your phone and and I wish people would use Google a little bit more than what they do, or Safari or Bing or whatever search engine they use, because a lot of times you get on the internet and you ask a question, and because it has such a wide range of reach, you're going to get that range of answers, and then you still have to filter through it.
Yeah.
To avoid that, you just go to the source. Like people are like, oh, I've been on 30 cruises and I've never had to call Carnival and tell them I have a pacemaker. I'm like, no, you don't have to call guest access and tell them you have a pacemaker. But if something happens to you on a ship, you might want them to know that you have a pacemaker, so that way they give you the care that you absolutely need, instead of maybe not getting the care that you need or getting the wrong type of care, which could have adverse effect. And slowly but surely, I think I'm making a dent, and I think people are learning and switching more towards self-reliance and research, and making sure you get the information from a reputable source like the carnival.com website.
Right.
Which would be good. I think, even if I can only get 2 or 3 people to be like, hey, you know what? He's right. This website's easy to use. And then they go find the information. Because then at that point, if you have a wrong answer, then who's to blame? Carnival, or your misinterpretation of the information that you found. Just like the lady she's still complaining in the group chat. And she thinks that she was wronged by Carnival. And I haven't yet, but I'm going to send a screenshot of the actual black and white policy that Carnival has and is readily available on their website, that states Canadian citizens absolutely have to have a passport, Canadian passport, to travel. So, once people stop being so, I guess, reliant on easy access information, I think things may start to change. I think the downfall of society started when information became so easily accessible that people stopped doing their own research. It's just there, it's in their face, and that leads to wrong answers, and that leads to people not getting on a cruise and broken hearts.
Well, I read it on Facebook. It must be true.
Yeah.
You would not believe how many people come into the terminal and they're like, well, on Facebook it said, and
Yeah. Oh, I can only imagine.
we have to tell them, well, that's Facebook. That's not the Carnival website. And then we have to show them the policy. I really applaud the people that work in document recovery in the terminal, because they have to deal with that on a daily basis, like literally every day, tens, if not hundreds of people that they have to try and convince that we're not trying to keep them off the ship. We're trying to put them on. And
Yes.
they will go out of their way to try and make sure that you get the documentation that you didn't come to the terminal with, so that way you can get onto the cruise.
Yeah.
Well, I pretty much have everything I could think of and then some. I come with a little binder every time, and thankfully we haven't had to revert back to it. But when I print off my tickets or boarding passes and all that, I print the whole cruise contract, and it goes in there until we're back. And then if there's any question, I got it right there to refer to. So
and that's one of the things people don't print. They don't even open it and look at it. And that's a shame. They should. But how many people do you know actually read the fine print on anything?
Very few, if any.
Very few. We don't.
I didn't say I read it. I just said I printed it and brought it with me.
we have it in case we need to read it.
That's all right. That's all right.
Absolutely. And see, and that's one of those things. And one of the key phrases that I have now whenever I do the lives is just in case. I am Mr. Just in case. People always say, well, I have a passport. I don't need my birth certificate. No, until you lose your passport on the way to the terminal. And then you're going to wish you had your birth certificate or a copy of. Because I tell people, regardless of how you travel, whether you're bringing a birth certificate or using a passport, email yourself a copy of your birth certificate. So that way, if something happens to your documents, you're going to have your license on you or your ID anyway. Now you have an email with your birth certificate, which is the other document that you need to get on the ship.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that went to the meet and greet yesterday, and they're like, yes, I emailed myself a copy of my birth certificate. I'm like, good. See, and now you're covered just in case.
Just in case. Yeah.
But I haven't downloaded it to the phone, and the internet's out, so I can't access it.
As long as you're in the terminal, you should be okay.
Yeah.
It's once you get on the ship. That
Yeah.
I have to admit, that's something I've never done is the birth certificate, because I'd much rather leave it here and not take the chance of losing that when I can go drive down to Fort Worth and get a certified copy of it. It's not that hard.
And that's another thing. A lot of people believe that you have to have a certified copy of your birth certificate. But you can take your birth certificate, put it into your printer, and hit copy, pull that copy out of your printer, and then take that with you to the terminal. And you can use that. For now, we're still accepting copies of birth certificates.
Okay.
Although I believe on Journeys cruises, we're no longer accepting birth certificates at all, not even originals.
Interesting.
Wow.
Got to have your passport. We had, I think, on the last Journeys cruise that left on the Dream, I think a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, it's just getting back tomorrow, I think. We had, I think, 60 something people that did their online check-in with birth certificates. So management actually had to try to contact those people and let them know that for the Panama cruise, the Panama Canal cruise, they weren't going to be able to board the ship with their birth certificates. Got to check your emails, people. They send those emails out all the time.
Yeah.
That they do.
Well, I think, like, so it's on this long one that we're going on. So we did the 22-day last year, and we were surprised when they collected our passports. And I'll admit I was very uneasy about that, but we got it back and everything. But this time we're going through Japan, and they're saying that to enter Japan, you have to have your passport on you when you get off the ship, and keep it with you that whole time, or you could be detained if you're stopped and you don't have it. So usually they say, oh, lock it up in your safe and leave it on there just in case. But apparently in Japan, you have to have it on you. So
yeah, I went to the government website here, and that's basically the way I interpreted it, is that in Japan you have to have it on you, because if they stop you and you don't, they can detain you for questioning and stuff.
See, and that's and now you have something, you've given me something else that I need to go and research, so that way when somebody asks me, I'll have the correct answer for them. I do know that there are certain ports and it's not Carnival, but it's the port themselves who require Carnival to collect the passports. And I think what they do is they probably do some kind of check or something on all of the documents. There's some ports, I'm sure, that, because I haven't taken one where, I'm going on a Journeys cruise in January of 25, and that'll be the first cruise I go on that's that long. And this whole back-to-back is me preparing for my October cruise, which is 9 days on the Miracle out of Galveston. So I want to make sure that I can be on the ship for 9 days. That's not a Navy ship. So, yeah. I'll have to do research about Japan.
Well, we did our first long one. Well, I'll say our first. We haven't been on less than a 7-day so far, and it's just we're so far away from the port. I just don't see where it's beneficial for a 3 or 4 day cruise when it's going to take 2 days to get down there and then 2 days to get back, and you're only jump on, go to Cozumel, try and come right back. Well, no. So yeah, so we did. Was it? I guess the ABC Islands out of South Carolina.
What is that?
Supposed to go
Curacao.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to port out of Puerto Rico, and they shut that one down. And we still went. Excuse me. We still went to Puerto Rico, but it was a day visit instead of leaving from there and returning. So It was pretty much the same ports. We just didn't get to spend as much time in Puerto Rico as we thought we would.
Yeah.
But 10 days is not bad. And then
But it was cheaper flying to South Carolina than it was to Puerto Rico.
True. But I was playing on there just kind of poking around one day and found the 22 day. Well, I guess found a 15
Yeah.
out of Rome. And then I was like, oh my God, Hawaii, Tahiti, Fiji, places you never think you'd go to. I came across that one. So we canceled Rome and did that one. So it's, and now this one. And I'm just like, you hear people living on cruise ships and stuff. And I'm like, I
don't know that I could do that.
I don't know I could do that because this 31 is going to be very trying for us on that small Luminosa ship and 31 days constant.
And you're going to feel the waves.
Going to feel what?
You're definitely going to feel the waves.
Yeah.
I'm checking out my new microphone that I purchased. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
It works.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I figured if I was going to start doing this YouTube thing and giving it a really good college try, there were a couple of basic tools that I needed to make sure that I had, and the little microphone, Bluetooth microphone or infrared microphone, and a gimbal to kind of hold everything up so I could be hands-free. Just the little things that I'm sure you guys are familiar with. But yeah, I mean, it's. I think that for your money, cruising, I believe, not just because.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Freeze frame.
Oh, he's back. There you go.
Yeah, you froze.
Cruise, yeah, I saw the little whirly whirl and the spinning wheel of death, and I think cruising is the best of value for your money when it comes to vacation. I just.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because our daughter, she's a Disney fanatic. She actually worked for Disney for a year in a college program. And her husband constantly were always wanting to go back, and they tell us how much they spend for the weekend when it comes to, because they got to buy the hotel, they got to buy the food package, they got to pay for the park passes, and they're telling us just for the weekend, like a 3 or 4 day trip, it's like $4,000 or $5,000 for the two of them. And I was just like, and where do you get to go for that money? Well, we get to go to Disney. Yeah, and we get to go to for half that we're going to this, and this. All our food is provided. All this is provided. And they're just like, yeah, but we like Disney. Okay, that's cool. I mean, whatever, for lack of a better term, whatever floats your boat. I mean, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
Just don't expect us. I mean, we like you said, we see the value in the cruising compared to what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think because a lot of people ask me, a lot of my friends ask me about cruising, and I have to tell them, well, you have to understand that when you go cruising, because they're like, yeah, but with that kind of money, I can go stay in Florida for a week, 2 weeks, and I'm like, maybe, but you're still only in Florida,
Right?
You still your food, you still got to pay for the gas or the plane ticket to get there. While you're there, you got to figure out and pay for how to get around while you're there.
Right.
And then there's the entertainment value that, other than anything outside of Disney, you're going to have to pay for. You know what? You want to go deep fishing? You want to go charter a boat? That's more money. You want to go snorkeling somewhere? Yep, that's more money. Whereas if you go on a cruise, you absolutely don't have to spend any more money than what you paid for your cruise. Of course, everyone does, because, we got the casino, then they're running all the specials, on gift shops, liquor, cigarettes. Then people want to buy excursions, they want to go to these all-inclusive beach clubs, which really isn't that much more that you're adding to your vacation budget. I mean, I'm going to Paradise Beach in Cozumel, which is my favorite, and that's where I go every time. And for one person, it's I think 130, 138, but it's unlimited drinks, unlimited food. I get a day bed, and I get the whole day there. I can add 3 other people to the day bed reservation, and all they got to pay is their $68 all-inclusive day pass.
Yeah.
For $68, you're getting your beach.
Yeah.
You're getting your chair, unless you get with somebody that has a day bed. A beautiful pool, and you're getting unlimited food, unlimited drinks. All the food you can eat, all the drinks you can drink. Alcoholic, because non-alcoholic drinks like I drink, they're not unlimited. I got to pay for those, which I'm going to talk to them about when I go there this week. I'm going to try and get that
Interesting that
check.
it's backwards.
Say again.
It's interesting. That's kind of backwards. It seems.
It is. It is. It absolutely is. I think, but it's the same thing. Like when people talk about, oh, I wish Carnival had like a half drink package, or a non-alcoholic drink package for adults. I've been in recovery for almost 14 years, and I don't try to force my lifestyle on a company.
Right.
They're going to run their business the way they run their business, to make money. Nobody's in business to lose money. So I'm not going to, write a nasty email to Carnival and say, oh, I've been in recovery for 14 years. I can't believe you don't have, you're not catering to those who choose not to drink. I'm not going to do that, because that was my choice not to drink. And if they come out with one, then yeah, I'll buy it.
Right.
Now there's just so many options on the Cheers package, but we've done it once and just
Wasn't worth it.
it wasn't worth it for us. So
Yeah,
know,
you can't drink $70 to $80 worth of beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, a day, every day, even including port days when you're off the ship for most of the day, then yeah, it's worth it. I know that my sister and my niece, on our cruise in October that we go every year for my mom's memorial birthday cruise, they're buying the package this time, because everything that they spent on stuff that is covered by the Cheers package was well over what they're going to pay on this next cruise. So they're like, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and buy it then. For me, it wouldn't be worth it. I don't drink that much money worth of energy drinks, coffee, water, sodas, or juices. I just don't.
right.
It's cheaper for me just to bring my Red Bulls onto the ship, and my my Starbucks or Black Rifle coffee in a can, and I drink those.
Yeah, because we had been told by several people, oh, you need to try the drink package. You need to, because it saves you a lot of money, and we couldn't really see it. But at one point, we actually saved up enough points to where we could use the points to pay for the drink package. That way, technically, we're not losing any money.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're losing points, not money. It's not like we're having to shell out money. And so that's what we did. And I think between us on the entire cruise, spent like $300 on drinks and stuff.
Yeah, y'all should never get.
Yeah, so that's just like, nah, we won't be getting the drink package. It's not worth it. And that's
take that towards something else.
Yeah, we were trying to drink. I mean,
well, we were trying things that because we were talking earlier today, the kids were over, and I said, I always wanted to try a martini. Had the drink package. Oh, I have 15 today, right? So I got a martini, and I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Here, you try it. He took a sip, and we had no problem pushing it back and go, yeah, no, not for me,
Well, see, and my mother, her thing was chocolate martinis, and she loved to drink them, and which was good for me because it got her away from drinking shots of tequila. Which, hey, Mark Patrick is actually on the Jubilee, I think, right now. What's up, Mark? He just debarked today. Oh, okay. They were late. Oh man, they didn't even leave till like, I want to say 6. Woo. Glad I wasn't on that ship today. But my mom, she loves chocolate martinis. So for me, because I always get drinks on us in the casino, I would order me a Monster or a Red Bull or a water or a soda, and then I would order her a martini. Well, she's not going to drink 15 martinis in a day. So she's 79 years old. She can't, her body can't hold more than 3 or 4. And that $60, if that. And if she's with me on my drink package, it's free. So I really don't. I know there's a lot of people in our cruise group for this cruise that did buy the drink package, and they're taking the 15 drink challenge. More power to them. If they think they can drink 15 drinks in a day, I hope they're wearing their life vest, because anything can happen.
We were on a ship. I can't remember which one it was, but we'd signed up. The Facebook page had this deal where you could sign up for like a bar crawl, and it started at 10:30. Maybe it started at 11. But we were down there, and we were at the first bar, and we overheard this one lady talking. She was like, "Well, he's on number 11 already, so I don't know what he's going to do for the rest of the day." And this was like 10:30 in the morning. He had already had 11 drinks, and she's like, "I don't know what he's going to do the rest of the day, because he can only go up to 15." And I'm just like, he's had 11 and it's 10:30.
And those are probably the people that are usually, at some point around lunchtime, they're passed out in their cabin, and you don't see them again for another day and a half. I mean, I used to drink a lot. A lot. And I don't think that I could have gotten on a cruise ship and drank 15 drinks. I may have been able to, and I may have done it, but I don't think I would have remembered much about the cruise.
I think I managed to get 7 in one day when we had that. And I started with pineapple mimosa in the morning. So does that really count? It's a little bit of champagne, And then a spiked coffee later in the day. And then I had a couple of drinks. I mean, it might have been 6. So there was no way I was getting anywhere near that 15. Yeah. And I was just like, no, it's just not worth it. And they're like, oh, well, you can get milkshakes and you can get, Monsters. I don't drink the Monsters, Mm-hmm. And they have Pepsi, and I don't like Pepsi products. If I can't have a Sprite, I'm not having a soda. So it was just kind of like, there's nothing for me on this. So, I'll drink the water. I absolutely love the ice on the Carnival ships. And I will chomp on ice all day, but then I come home with the swollen ankles from the sodium or whatever that's in the ice.
Yeah. Look at that. Who else is that? I can't see. I can't read that. My contacts aren't. Alina.
And unfortunately, I do not speak or read Czech. I'm half Czech.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looks like Czechoslovakian. I'm not.
Yeah, I recognize the
Enya over the sea.
Well, no,
I think you call it that.
I recognize it, but I don't understand it, because that's the one thing. My dad was 100% Czech. We grew up in a Czech community, but nobody ever really taught us how to speak or read it. Now, there's a couple of, like, I don't even know if that's correct or not, but Schluck, I think, if I remember correctly, my grandfather told me that stood for whiskey.
That's an important one. Yeah.
Sul and Peps means salt and pepper, but that's unfortunately that's the extent of my knowledge when it comes to the Czech language.
Well, you know more than I.
But
we have a community here, and they have a parade and party and everything every year, and we go and we watch them dance, and like, okay, that was really cool, but I don't understand anything they're saying.
Yeah,
there's some English right there. Yeah, he's talking about the drink package as well. Yep. I mean, I'll go in the casino later, and I'll talk to the waiters that are in there, and I'll let them know, hey, look, I've been waiting 20 minutes for one of you guys to come by. I need a drink. Which is, side note, one of the things that I really enjoyed about the Jubilee. If you have DOU, you can go right to the bar in the casino and get your drink. You don't have to wait for a waiter.
That's good to know, because I spent enough in the casino that I should have gotten at least 2 drinks. And out of the whole week, I managed to get one drink. And I know they were busy and they were probably short-staffed, but when they would just kind of walk by and you'd see their dust as they were gone and never offer anything. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll get the next one. And there was still nobody. So we're going back on the Jubilee for the 4th of July. I have a cousin that he wanted to do a family cruise. So we're like, all right, we'll set it up. And so out of 4 of us, 4 cousins, only him and his wife and the 2 of us are all that's going to go. So, and this will be their second cruise, and they were on like the Sunshine, and now we're taking them on the Jubilee. So I can't wait to see their culture shock when they walk on there for cruise number 2 and the biggest ship in the.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, but I'll definitely get mine. So out of all of our cruises, I've only had the drinks anywhere on the ship once, and I'm not sure how I got that, and I didn't take full advantage of it.
And that was on the 22-day cruise.
Yeah, and everything's while in the casino. So I appreciate you telling us the other day that we can just go to the bar and get that. So
yep, if you have that DOU promotion, now DOUE is a little different because you can get it anywhere. But DOU is typically designated as you have to be sitting and actively gambling to get your complimentary drink or to get drinks on them on Carnival. But on the Jubilee, that doesn't apply. You can go straight to the bar. Now, can you do that here on the Carnival Breeze with the bar sitting in the casino? No, they're not going to let you do it. They'll tell you no. I wish they would, because that would make things so much easier on people. But you know, I tip them what I, try to take care of them. Oh yeah, there it is. Whiskey super drink.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that will agree with her. I think it's her. And it would be so much easier, to get a drink, and I mean, there's times where I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I sure wish I had a Monster. But like I said, I bring them on, and like I've got them chilling in the room right now. I got one sitting in an ice bucket. So, after this video, after this live, I'm going to head up to my cabin because I'm on the 6th deck in one of my favorite locations. It's a quick access to the elevator. I get off the elevator, I loop around, 10 seconds, I'm in my cabin, and grab a Red Bull, head back down to the 5th deck, down to the casino, and play a little bit, go outside, sit and watch people enjoy themselves at Alchemy Bar, whatever the band's playing. But tonight I'll probably be in bed probably within the hour because it's been a long 2 days.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
And I've got 8 more days. So
yeah.
And hopefully, if you do go sit outside for a little while, it won't freeze to death.
Tomorrow.
Keep seeing those movies, out there at the pool, and even for the New Year's, we were out there, and he finally had to go get me a blanket because I couldn't do it. It was just too cold out there. So,
well, and right now it is still, I believe, in the 40s or in the low 40s, and I don't think that they're actually doing a movie tonight. There was supposed to be a movie at 7:30, and there's supposed to be The Flash at 10. I don't think there's anybody out there watching. I may walk out there just to see if they're actually playing the movie, but everything that was supposed to be done outside has been done inside today.
Get you a blanket and a cup of hot cocoa and sit out there for at least the beginning of it.
They're so good. I have some coffee creamer and some monk fruit sweetener. And I got my little, Arctic, and I'll go and fill that up with coffee, throw my chocolate flavored, my mocha flavored creamer in there, a little bit of sweetener, and I'll be good for the rest of the night.
Sounds good. Yeah. We were in Vegas and I bought some creamer. We didn't open it the whole time. We got ready to come home and it went off in my suitcase. So they pulled it to the side, they start searching it and they swabbed it and they're like, what is this? I was like, it's creamer. Open it up, and I don't know what was on the outside of the container, but I was like, you can just go ahead and throw it away. I'm not taking it because they made it sound like it was when they swabbed it was explosive or something. And I was like, please get rid of it. I don't want any part of that. So
that is exactly
I'm
why
not taking any on the ship.
Mm-hmm. That is what they swab for. When they swab, that's what they're looking for. And it could be anything. It may not be like, what we're thinking is explosive, but it could be, some type of chemical that was transferred to that package from somewhere else. And if it is a certain type of chemical is going to register as an ingredient of an explosive. And that's how they do. That's what they're swabbing for. So when they get those false positives, it's not necessarily a false positive. It's just the whatever substance was on that surface is a component or an ingredient of an explosive, or similar to a byproduct. But you're not blowing up, so you're good, Lisa.
No, I will not. No.
I did get flagged once in the airport, and I'm not really sure if it's because of what I was doing at the time. I worked in the armory, and I was in charge of all the guns, ammunitions, chemical munitions, and stuff like that. And one of the times that we went through the airport, they decided to do one of those hand swabs, where they went over your hand, and I got pulled to the side because it went off. But
here's a little travel tip. Don't go through the lines with him in the airport.
Yeah.
We came back this.
They got detained for 6 bullets. I can understand, because you're probably using your range bag and you left a round inside your range bag that you didn't know was there. But 6 bullets? I wouldn't have let them on.
All right. Welcome in, cruising on the high seas. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Good day. Good day, mate. Well, I'm going to have to head out here. I'm getting kind of sleepy, but I appreciate you guys having me on, and we're going to do a little walkabout.
Okay, sounds great.
So I don't know how to turn this camera around on this video. Do y'all know how to do it on this StreamYard?
No, you got to do it on your camera. But
Bill was kind of talking it through on his the other day. He went out onto the balcony, but I wasn't paying close enough attention because it was like camera settings, reverse or something. So
the camera button on here is just the whoa, what was that?
Oh, okay. Oh, you hit the.
Yeah, we got ours for Christmas, so we're learning as well.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's a button, but that didn't work.
I think cruising says go to the bottom.
That's one way to do it.
I think I fell.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
Hey, there we go. It says the bottom, it has a camera, but when I hit it, it just turns my camera off.
He said in the middle there's settings. Is that in the middle of the camera cruising? Did we lose you again?
Let's face the front. Nope.
Oh,
there you go.
I don't know what mirror my camera is, but we'll take a little walkabout. I hope you can still hear me with this microphone, this new microphone that I got. So we're gonna. Look at that, matching shirts on the breeze. Hey, what's up, ladies? I know y'all in party mode.
Yeah.
I found the atrium. So we're taking a little walk here. Say hi, Diego. Oh, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah. Hey, that's right. YouTube Mr. Smiley Base 2024. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Hey, what's up? Look at that. Yeah.
Welcome in, Tess.
Let's go.
The only thing is, you got to be careful about the music, otherwise YouTube will flag it.
Let me walk back into the hallway so I can sign off.
Okay.
I don't know. Is my microphone still picking up pretty good with this music? No?
Yes, you are.
It's off and on.
Oh, okay. Let me hit the settings again. Y'all gonna be famous on the breeze, I'm telling you, Diego. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened.
Still got some sound, but No video.
We got sound, but no video.
Yeah. I mean, I got a good picture of your thumb.
You got a picture of my thumb?
Yeah. Up.
Yeah.
Well, I figured out how to change it. So that's amazing.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
Thank you for that. To us. What was that? Well, thank you, Check, for having me on tonight. And I am coffee.
All right. Sounds good.
That's good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely. You guys have a wonderful evening.
All right. You too.
Safe trip.
Have a safe trip. He's still alive, so let me kick him out. No, I didn't say
I don't know how that works.
Well, okay. All right. Well, I think we're probably going to go ahead and end the live stream as well, because unfortunately I have to go in early to work tomorrow. What? Oh, unfortunately I have to work tomorrow. It's close of the pay period, and we've got a new program that everybody hates, and nobody's been able to figure out how it works yet, but we have to go in and make sure everybody's time cards are correct for tomorrow before it's submitted. So I think we're going to go ahead and end it.
We're cruising on the high seas. I'm sorry that you just got here. We appreciate you coming in.
Oh, definitely.
We'll do it again. Well, he'll do it again, same time next week. May have to work, so this things are changing quickly at the office, so I don't really know where I'll be this time next week. So
yeah, you got a trip this week, don't you?
Yeah, I'll be in New Orleans for Monday through Thursday, and
I get to play Bachelor.
Back in at work on Friday, so better drive your Bachelor car over there and pick me up at the airport.
Oh, well. But, you'll be on a cruise. Which one?
I'm jealous. I want to be on a cruise.
Yeah. Well, maybe one of these days when I get to retire again, we can go a little bit more.
Yeah, because you're the one holding it up. I have plenty of leave.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my job only lets me carry 2 weeks over each year. And we're fixing to go on a 30-day cruise, so that's going to burn up not only the two weeks I get to carry over,
but the 2 weeks for this year,
but almost all the leave for that year. My boss is a little bit understanding, so he's made some arrangements for me to be out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to slow it down until 25. It looks like I'm gonna have to live through all of y'all's cruises and watch your videos and stuff. So be sure and drop your hashtag if you haven't, so that we can connect and
that way we
go in and watch for your videos from Aviva.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I am dragging, so I think it's time. We're not going to stay on till 3 o'clock in the morning this time. But we appreciate each and every one of you coming in and sticking out with us, and with Anthony there for it's like about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. So
I really do appreciate it. And
because we do not have, well, in 2025, we'll have to look and see when that is. If it's mid to towards the end of the year, it might be a possibility. But if it's early on,
yeah,
of course, Booze Cruise, it might be in October. But
yeah, I'd have some leave by then.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we'll definitely have to look into, because of right now, I won't have any leave. Even the family reunion cruise that's planned in July is going to be. I think I can do it. it'll use everything I've saved up with.
I'm approved, so I'll video for you if you
Yeah.
can't go. I have that big
Yeah.
old balcony by myself.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because that one, I'm really looking forward to that one because we've had a balcony room, we had a grand suite on the our very first cruise, and an interior, a balcony, an obstructed balcony.
I will say, if you've not been on the Jubilee yet and you have an interior cabin, just be aware it's going to be extremely small, extremely tight. So you can check out Tony's video on ours, kind of walking through and seeing how small it is and how little room there is between the bed and the wall and the hallway and in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But we've had an interior before, but man, I felt like we were in a sardine can.
Right. Somebody said they only took like 3 inches off the room.
I'm
I
thinking
think
3
more-
inches square.
I'm thinking it's more like they only left 3 inches
Yeah.
because I could literally, when you first walk into the room and shut the door behind you, I could press this shoulder up against the wall, reach over, and I didn't even have to expand my hand all the way, and I was touching the other wall. I mean, it was small. And surprisingly, I really didn't think the shower was that bad, but everybody else that we've talked to has said that the shower is really small. I was okay with it, and I don't know if that's because the glass door on there gave it the illusion it was bigger.
Yeah,
And you
instead of
weren't
having the curtain sticking to you. I don't like dirty curtains.
Right. That's the one thing I did like, is that you didn't have the curtains getting sucked in and sticking to your body while you're trying to take a shower. I did really enjoy that. But the rest of the bathroom was small, but
it was
was okay
it was
with the
long
shower.
and narrow, but it wasn't bad. But the thing about the Jubilee, there's so much to do and to see and to,
Yeah.
you don't spend a lot of time in the cabins. Just be aware that they're a little snug. So when you are in there.
And they did make an improvement on the closets. They've got little metal drawers, little like wire rack drawers that you can pull out.
Like a little basket.
Yeah, like little baskets on rollers that'll pull out for storage. They've also got the shelves that you like put your shoes and stuff, that you might put your shoes and stuff on, that you can actually fold up and lock up out of the way to give you a little bit more storage. If you need more storage long ways, and if you need some more shelvings, I guess I didn't look at them, but there were a couple of shelves that were flipped up that if we didn't need all that hanging space, we could have laid down for flat storage.
Yeah. That was pretty cool on that. One thing I do wish of course we've only been on Carnival, but I do wish they'd have outlets. They had USB outlets by the bed, but if they had regular plugs to plug in your phone or CPAP if needed or something, that way you don't have to try to bring an extension cord or borrow an extension cord or, and you can still use your medical necessary equipment if need. So a couple of things, and I've heard some people kind of talk about it too, where I always fuss when the cruise director comes on and starts talking about the day or the port, and you can't get up and get to the door and get it open so you could hear. If John Heald were to hear this, if he'd take it to the Beards, I would love to be able to turn the intercom on and off in the cabin. And if you don't want to listen to it, just turn it off. You still get the emergency calls from the captain. But, I like to hear what the cruise director is going to say or what they're going to do. And I wish there was a way that we could flip a switch in the cabin. And if somebody knows about this and I am not aware of it and we can do this, please share and let me know, because I like to hear what they're going to say and, what time to be in port, what time to be back on the ship and all that. And usually by the time we stumble across the luggage or the socks on the floor or whatever and get to the door, they're halfway through the announcement. So,
yeah, there's several times that you heard the little
bing bong.
bing bong, and then it was not. I'd immediately get up and start walking towards the door. They would start talking. About the time I reached to the handle and popped the door open, they were done, and so we had no idea what was being said.
Bye. I said bye.
Yeah.
I love that.
Other than that,
Yeah.
um,
So if anybody knows of a way to turn that intercom up in the room or in the cabin, I would absolutely love to know that. Other than that, that's really my only complaint on any of the ships is
right.
like to hear the announcements. So,
But the cruise that we're going on in July 4th, I'm kind of excited about because this room we've never had before. It is a balcony, but it's on the front of the ship. And so, we've seen a little video of what it's supposed to look like, but I'm just kind of excited to see how that's going to, because like I said, we've had a balcony on the side of the ship and in the back of the ship. But I'm curious to see how a front balcony
hopefully,
works.
with it being July, won't be any hurricanes or any big major storms or big waves.
Right.
Flouncing up. It's on the 15th deck, so I think we're high enough. We should be okay. That we can reach out and grab a hold of the grate underneath the captain up there because we're right underneath them. So that'll be kind of cool to see what that looks like. So Booze Cruise 3.0, October 25th and November 1st out of Tampa on the Grandeur of the Seas. It sounds fun.
And that's far enough out of advance.
Yeah.
I might be able to save up some leave for that.
Yeah. We'll definitely take a look at it and see where it's going. And we don't get to do all the group cruises and stuff, and we just have to hear about it through others. So that'd be kind of cool. I think we met Bill on accident on the Luminosa last year. And
sure did.
then this year we traveled with Embarkation Nation and ran into a
Cruise
couple.
vet.
Yeah, met Cruise Vet on there, and then ran into a couple others. So it's really cool to get to put a face to the name and sit down and have dinner or drinks together. So that would be really awesome if we were able to do one of those. So all right, we've almost made it. The host, okay.
I'm the host of the. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll definitely. I'll start looking at I'm sure the timesheets aren't going to take me forever tomorrow, but I can start looking at that because we definitely like to get with some of the, like Lisa was saying earlier, we not only would like to get with everybody, but we have everybody that we've met so far, we've enjoyed meeting.
Yeah.
So we kind of look forward to it.
All right. Well,
with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and end the live again. Everybody, thank you. I finally hit, or we finally hit 5. Dang it! I'd have to go look. Let me look. I know we crossed not a big threshold, but it's a threshold.
I mean, every little win is
800 hours.
Oh.
800, yeah.
Is that total watch hours?
Yeah. Public watch hours, 800.
Well, I tell you what, Jennifer, I got stories I can tell you about that Embarkation Nation. Lord, maybe we should connect sometime. I'm just teasing.
Sweet.
Yeah, we one of these days we'll get on a cruise and be real active with all the groups and stuff.
Yeah.
So last several, we get on the Facebook page and see all the events, and we might show up for a slot pull or something. But we appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah.
And no baby stories. Well, I mean, there was that one time in the nursery right after she was born. I'm just teasing. Love you guys. Appreciate you coming in and spending the hour and a half now with us. And
Yes. We will.
I think I'm going to go to sleep. And I will see you guys.
Hopefully next week.
If I'm not on screen, I'll at least have it running and come in every so often because, like I said, I may have to work. Looks like we're going to revert back to 12-hour shifts again.
Oh, no.
After 2 weeks on 8s. So,
Yep.
Night, cruising on the
Uh-huh.
high seas,
Well,
everybody.
good night, everybody. Again, thank you so much for dropping in and being here. And again, if you please do hit the thumbs up and the like button.
Go do that right now.
That helps our channel out as well.
Clocky, if you're still on here, brother, I hope you get to feeling better as well. Jen, get to feeling better. And we will talk soon. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your Sundays tomorrow and be safe.
Be safe. Good night, everyone.
Good night.